What is going on? Zephyrnix here, and I'm just letting you guys know right now that it looks like my account has been attacked. And right now, I'm working with Google to go ahead and get this resolved. But the thing about Google is Google has dropped the ball before, and I'm kind of worried that they're going to do it again. So just letting you guys know, I may have to go ahead and transfer accounts to someplace else. So I'm kind of worried right now that I might have to do that. I really don't want to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. But if Google dropped the ball, I have no choice. So definitely stay tuned to that. And yeah, it sucks, I know, but you know, I hate when people, haters are haters. I don't know. So on a secondary note, just letting you guys know, this is God of War Ascension. This is a great game for the PlayStation 3, exclusive, of course. Definitely thank you very much to Sony for sending me this beta code. I would have had this gameplay out yesterday. Unfortunately, it looks like, well, I had to deal with that whole Google thing. But on to the topic at hand. So it looks like your friendly neighborhood Zephyrnix has a stalker. That's right, I got a stalker. And it's none other than Dark Chocolate Jabba the Hutt, aka the dreaded ex-wife. My ex-wife is actually stalking my YouTube page. She is stalking Zephyrnix Live. Now, the funny thing about it was that I'm like, aren't you married? You know? Now, that is totally disrespectful for you to be stalking, or being that involved in your ex-husband's life when you are married, Never in a million years would I ever do that to my wife. All jokes aside, that's just outright disrespectful. And I mean, honestly, I met the guy on a couple of occasions too. I pretty much, I saw him. I knew what was going on. I knew that, whatever. But anyway, so I'm like, hey, I met him. I talked to him. He's actually a pretty stand-up guy. I had no hate for him, Actually, was a pretty cool guy. So the funny part, I kind of feel bad for him, really, because he got stuck up in that nonsense, all that nonsense, the drama crap, and I'm like, that's a shame, man, because he's actually a good guy, and, and she's going to ruin his life. I put it like this, man. There is a reason why this bitch got 3 babies from 3 different baby daddies. I'm just saying. That's, I can understand if one died, but that ain't what happened. She'll give you this whole 6-ass story about how, how she, how she broke up with us because blah, blah, blah. It ain't what happened. Everything ain't what happened with me. I got papers to prove that, this nigga bounced. But anyway, I digress. So here's the situation. I went up there to, I'm trying to go ahead and get my license restored, right? Because I need to go ahead, my wife wanted me to do all that, kind of stop everything from hanging over my head and like that, and, allow me to go ahead and do better for my life, So what she did was she showed up and tried to clothesline it, basically, try to stop me from getting my license back. Now, be quite frank, it don't really matter too much to me, like either way. It's funny too because I'm looking at it, I'm like, do you not know? Even if, say if the judge actually said, no, you can't have your license back, that ain't affecting me, My wife's gonna say, oh, all right, well, no big deal. And we just gonna go along with our lives, So it's like, she's really not affecting me in any kind of way. But the funny thing about it is that that's not what happened. Now, check this out. I was actually looking at her, right? I'm trying to figure out what exactly I liked about her, And I couldn't come up with anything. I'm looking at her, and she looked like fucking Precious. She looked like Precious from that movie Precious. All jokes aside. Same complexion and everything. I'm sitting like, wow, are you serious? I'm like, are you serious? What was I thinking? And I'm like, I'm looking at her again. I'm like, all I could think was, should I grab a big case of Vaseline and throw it? Should I throw a television at her? I don't understand what I should do. So, I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, well, maybe it was a booty thing. I'm thinking maybe it was a booty thing. Because your friendly neighborhood Zephyrnix love him some booty. I looked at it, damn near threw up. I'm like, ew, no. But, so then I started thinking to myself, well, maybe she was smart. I can't remember really, but I think, well, maybe she was a smart cookie. I like smart girls. So, funny thing. So, this is what happened. So, the judge makes his ruling, right? And she goes, thank you, judge. Thank you very much, judge. Thank you. Like she won something. And I'm looking at her. I'm like, you do realize that the judge has ruled in my favor, right? I'm like, are you serious? You didn't win anything. What are you doing? I'm like, well, definitely could have been intelligence, because she couldn't even tell that she, like she's sitting there trying to sideswipe my whole plan, and she failed. And I'm just like, and it pretty much just comes to the conclusion where I got to go ahead and pay like a surcharge. and then I get my, it's a big surcharge, I gotta pay my surcharge and then go ahead and get my license reinstated. Well, that's what I knew I was gonna have to do. You know, in fact, it ended up being a hell of a lot cheaper than we actually thought it was going to be. Even my wife was like, damn. She goes, I had to pay like $1,000 to get it reinstated. And she was like, that's it? She's like, wow, I thought you, I thought it was going to be $3,000. I was like, girl, I thought it was going to be $5,000. So we wound up, like, not only did we win the case, but it ended up being a lot better than, than we anticipated. And that's the thing, too. A lot of people, I guess I got a good judge, I got a good judge. I mean, he did give me a little bit of a hard time, but I think overall he did realize that, it gave me the benefit of doubt and did realize that I'm doing my best to go ahead and get everything resolved and everything like that. And I guess he really didn't buy too much into the bullshit, that she was portraying. And I got to thank God for that. You got to thank God for these small miracles, that are portrayed upon you. And honestly, I got to do that to myself because, it's like things like this that I'm amazed that some people just don't believe, I'm just saying, not that I'm like, the thing is, look at this, watch this. Watch this. Take this, ex-wife. Take it, girl. You looking at my YouTube channel? Anyway, so yeah, I was like, all in all, the day was a funny day. Like, I walked out there, and it's funny too, because when I was out there, she was actually sitting in her car trying to stalk me. And at first I was waiting, I saw a wife pull up, and at first I was going to sit there and wait for my wife to go ahead and just, pass along, but then, because so she couldn't see the car, and then I just got tired. I was like, nah, I'm good. So I actually jumped in the car and actually started driving away, not me driving away, rather, my wife's driving away, and then I looked at her car, and I started dying, because, dude, she driving on this old Humpty. I'm like, ah! She driving this old Humpty Doodle. My wife is driving like a nice, 2011, I think, or 2010 car. She driving this old 1999 car, and I just had to laugh at her. I'm like, wow, look what happened, But you know what? I digress. And that's what happens too. These people that go ahead, you really start seeing how, like, she'll sit there and try to, like, make me look like the bad guy all the time. But then when you really go ahead and take a look at what's going on in life when I'm gone, then you know for sure who is actually, what was going on in someone's life. But that's neither here or there. One day we're going to get into that. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm done with this video. I'm going to sit down and go eat some Chinese food. You know why? Because my wife decided that she was going to go ahead and go buy me some dinner. Honestly, my wife said, you know what, baby, you had a hard day today. I don't know what she's talking about. I was laughing my ass off today. It was a comical day today. And she's like, I'm going to go ahead and buy you your favorite Chinese food. So, yeah, I got a favorite Chinese food thing going on there. I love Chinese food. So, she's about to come back right now. I'm about to go get my grub on. You guys have a good night. Zephyrnix out. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm actually going to leave the video on right now because I got a second match coming on that I didn't do as well as I did on the first match. But you guys can go ahead and check out the second match as a bonus. And quite frankly, what I'm going to start doing is I'm actually going to start doing these videos right here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and start doing bonus videos later on too. Just to kind of, give you guys something extra to watch or whatever it is, And anyway, you guys have a good night. Zephyrnix out.
beyond the desert of lost souls, hidden within the countless grains of stinging sand, the Titan Cyclops Polyphemus awaits his next human feast. Begin. Spartans move toward victory. Elysium can wait. $5,000 favor to go. Stand. Fight with honor. $3,000 favor to go. 2,000 favor to go. Thanatos will have to wait.